Today's podcast is brought to you by Faith versus Fear, Breaking Family Ties, now available on Barnes & Noble and Amazon.com. You are now listening to Renewed Mind Revolution podcast with your host, Michelle Kakal. You are now listening to Renewed Mind Revolution podcast with your host, Michelle Kakal. Please begin to take that good deep breath as we begin to refresh, recharge, and reset. Let's go. Welcome to Renewed Mind Revolution podcast with your host, Michelle Kakal. As always, ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor and my pleasure to be able to share tips and tools with you that I know will assist you in becoming a better you. Yes, you, and you. Do you not know that regardless of where you are in your life right now, no matter how many mistakes you have made, you can always click that reset button and start all over again. Just here to remind you that you are gifted, that you are special, that you are loved, that you are precious, and that you are valuable and your life has meaning. Sometimes we just need to be reminded that. Sometimes somebody has to come into our lives and tell us once again that we have purpose. Sometimes somebody has to come into our lives and remind us not to give up, not to give in, not to throw in the towel, and give ourselves a break. Come on, and I am here today. I'm here today to motivate you, to tell you to give yourself a break. Give yourself a break. I do that because I know what it feels like to feel as if your back is against the wall, to feel as if you are in a deep hole and see no way out. I know what that feels like. And guess what? I know what it feels like to come out of that place. And so because of that, I am so encouraged to be able to share with someone else that you too can live a life filled with purpose. Filled with purpose. Today is a great day. It's a great day because we are here. We are alive. We are breathing. We have an opportunity to get it right, to do ourselves justice, and make sure that we are living a life that we can look back on, reflect on, and say, hey, I did my best. I think that's what's important. A lot of times we're trying to do things that it might not even be our assignment to do. It is important that you do your assignment. Don't mock or mimic or look at someone else's assignment, but do your own assignment. Take care of your own yard, right? Take care of your own things. So in other words, stay on your own journey and fulfill your own purpose. And I think that's important for us to do. A lot of times we get distracted. A lot of times we're looking at other people. We're looking at their progress. We're looking at the things that they haven't done. And we're comparing. And you can't live your journey comparing to other people's journeys. You just cannot do that. I'm going to emphasize that. You cannot compare yourself to someone else or look at someone else's journey, because everybody's journey is uniquely designed for them. If you never heard me say anything else, hear me say that to you today. Your journey, my journey, is uniquely designed for me, for you. And a lot of times they might seem similar in some ways, but in so many ways they will be different. They will be different. Okay? But even in our differences, we can definitely support each other. We can definitely help one another, and that's what my goal is today. I just want to remind you that most of my material comes from my books, Faith versus Fear and Breaking Family Ties. And you can find these books. They are available on Amazon.com as well as Barnes and Noble. Okay, you can also connect with me and check out, see what I'm doing on www.michellechall.com. Once again, that is www.michellechall.com. I would love to connect with you, and I would love to hear from you. You can also connect with me on other social media platforms such as Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Let's get started today. So what are we going to talk about today? Well, I tell you so many things to help and to improve and to get ready and all of these things. I share this all the time. And today right before I began my podcast, I thought about, are you prepared for the change? Are you prepared for the purpose? Are you prepared for the newness? Are you prepared for the thing that you have been expecting and are expecting? A lot of times we, tell others, and we also, talk to God about what we want. Lord, I want this and in my life, and I'm ready for this, in my life. I'm ready to get married. I'm ready to own this business. I'm ready to go back to school. God, I want, better finances. I would like to be, self-sufficient. God, I want, we share what we want, right? All the time. God, I'm ready for this. I'm ready for that. And we share with one another. I'm sick of being single. I'm sick of this. I'm ready for this change, whatever change. I'm ready for, even, losing weight. I'm waiting. We are quick to say what we are ready for, right? So, my question to you, because I love to throw out things to make you think about what you're saying and what you're expecting. So, my question to you would be, how are you preparing for the next? So this podcast is specifically talking about preparing for the next, preparing for the next chapter in your life, preparing for the next chapter, the next movement. I feel this today, you guys. I feel this. I don't necessarily always say that, but today I feel that this is a good message for somebody. I'm going to take this message to myself. I'm about to embrace this message for me. How are you preparing for the next? How are you mentally, emotionally, physically preparing? What ground have you tilted? Come on, somebody. What plans have you laid out? Have you changed the mindset of the old man to the new man? Are you ready for what you're asking for? Ooh, come on now. This is good, y'all. Every now and then you will bring out the preacher in me. And today, the preacher is coming out. The preacher wants to make an introduction, okay? What are you doing? Because we are saying what we want. We have made in our minds what we are ready for. But my question is, what have you done to make preparation for? Let me use this analogy. Before a husband and a wife, couple decide to have a baby, right? There's preparation. Once she finds out that she's pregnant, she begins to make preparation. Now, some people make preparation for their bodies even before they conceive a child. They begin to eat a certain way, begin to, exercise and make life changes to prepare to even become pregnant. But for those of us like myself, where you get a little surprise, right? What do you do to prepare for your baby? So for me, my diet changed. And I always tell people it was not necessarily because of me. My children that I carried had a distinct taste for certain foods. So I was not drinking, carbonated drinks. I couldn't. I would get sick. I was eating lots of vegetables, lots of fruit. My kids really love fruit. And I drank a lot of water and, juices. But I just did not drink carbonated coffee. Any of those things, couldn't do it. Didn't eat a lot of greasy, bad foods. A lot of times I just couldn't do it. And I remember someone telling me, oh my God, I just love how, you take care of your body when you're pregnant, because you do it every time. They've known me a long time, and they've seen me throughout all my pregnancies and said to me, I really love how you take care of yourself, your body. I watched you, and you take care of yourself very well when you're pregnant. And I said, well, that's thanks to my babies, because this is what the they desired. And so my body was preparing for my babies and giving them what they needed and what they wanted, right? Then you start thinking about names. Depending on the type of person that you are, you might take a long time. You might buy baby books to see names and what they mean and the symbolism, and because it's important to you to give your baby a name that means something, and not just because it was your grandmother's name or your grandfather's name or your aunt's name, but you want a name that's significant. So you might put in work looking at names, and that's your preparation for your baby. And then you begin to buy clothes, even if you don't know the sex of the baby, right? You want to buy clothes so that you can have clothes, because it doesn't matter if your baby was a girl or a boy, they're still going to need clothes. And most parents don't want their babies to leave a hospital with hospital clothes, right? You want them to have their own outfit and their own little blankets, special blankets. For me, I had an aunt make a blanket for my babies. They all had their own special blanket that was made by my aunt, who's very talented, right, in making these things. And so that was my preparation for my baby, right? And so not only that, but when I had my first son, I went all out. I had his room just decked out. I spent an entire summer with my mom, traveling around the different, parts of the city and suburbs, finding the perfect this and perfect that, and to put on the walls. And my baby, when he was born, he didn't drink out of plastic bottles. He had glass bottles. They don't even use glass bottles, I don't think them anymore, but he had glass bottles because I wanted it to be, special, and he was my first, and I wanted everything to be right. So what I do, I prepared for him. And then when it comes time for you to get closer to your due date, what do? You start to prepare a bag. Come on, somebody. Come on. I began to prepare a bag for myself and for my baby, so that when my baby went home, my baby had the clothes and the blankets and all the things that my baby's going to need. And I took a car seat. When I go up there, I take a car seat to the hospital, because I want to make sure that when I left, my baby was safe and my baby was secure when I took my baby home. So I bought cribs, and I bought bassinets, because I like my baby to stay next to me in my room in a bassinet for the first couple of weeks, because I like to take care of my baby and get to my baby fast. So all of my babies had that same setup, because I made a preparation for my baby, because this was one of the biggest moments of my life. This was the biggest change of my life, was becoming a mother to my babies. And every baby was a big deal. Every baby took preparation. Every baby took time and effort to prepare my home, to prepare my life, right, for my baby. People take time off. They have to make sure that their money is together to make sure that they're able to take care of their baby and not miss money. So they put money to the side. They have money in savings. People do baby showers to allow family and friends to show support and give money, give gifts to show love for a baby that's not even here yet, right? A lot of times, most baby showers is done before the baby is even here, right? Then they might have another get together to introduce the baby to the family, right? But most baby showers are done before the baby is here, because what we're doing, making preparation. We're making preparation. And so it's so much effort. It's so much effort put into the preparation of a baby. So much effort put into the preparation of this big bundle of joy, this new life, the next chapter of your life, right? Because once you're not a parent and you change over to being a parent, it is a significant part of your life. It's a huge moment in your life, right? So as we talk today, about making preparations for the next. Making preparations for the next. Hear me clearly. The same passion, the same effort, the same preparation that I just described, that I had to go through, and that most parents go through before the big bundle of joy comes. It's the same type of preparation and effort that you and I must put in order for us to get ready for the next. Whatever that next is. You want to be married? It takes preparation to prepare yourself. To be married, to merge your life with someone else. It's not easy. It's not simple. It takes work. It takes work. And you have to get your mind prepared. You have to get your emotions in check. You have to get your physical body in check, because now you all are becoming one. You are becoming one. So it's not about having this big glamorous wedding, which I love to see. I enjoy seeing it. But it surpasses that moment. Once everybody is gone and it's just you and that person, now you have a life. You have a marriage. It goes beyond the wedding. So it's not just about the events, the change, the moment. It's about the preparation that gets you ready for the change, the event, and the moment. And a lot of times we're saying we're ready, but we have not prepared ourselves for the change, the event, and the moment. And we must do that. There are moments that you have had certain surgical procedures that before you come for that day of that procedure, what does the doctor and nurse give you? They give you instructions to prepare for that procedure. If you do not follow these steps prior to that procedure won't happen. Come on, somebody. Come on. Listen to what I'm saying to you today. That procedure won't happen because you did not take the proper precautions. You did not prepare yourself for that procedure. They have these things in place for a reason. Because if you don't do this, and this, then you will not have a successful procedure. It's the same thing with whatever you're ready for. Whatever you've been saying you think you're ready for. It's going to take you to handle and do X, Y, Z in order for you to have a successful next. In order for you to be ready for your next, you must take these procedures, these preparations, these steps in order for that to be successful. I want you to understand that today. That was like really, really sitting with me today. To get you to understand how imperative it is for you to understand not only what you're asking for, but to understand that it takes work. It takes preparation for you to get to where you need to be and where you want to be. A lot of times I've heard people speak as if things is going to just drop into their lap. You know, things just are supposed to come and just happen. But people who are successful in the secular world as well as outside of the secular world will tell you it takes work, it takes passion, it takes determination, it takes persistence to get things done. And that's just the fact. I have learned over the years that things does not come to you. You have to pursue it. You have to go after it with everything that you have. Everything. If it means something to you, if it's important to you, then you're going to go after it. When you think about a very successful athlete, what they talk about is their workout regimen, how dedicated they were to that workout regimen, how much time they put into that workout regimen. Because what do we teach here in Renew Mind Revolution podcast? Whatever you practice, you will perfect. So they understand that they have to practice. They understand they have to make preparation. If in order for an athlete to get to the point of saying, I am great at whatever their field is, they have had to put in lots of work, lots of preparation, lots of practice to get to that point. There is not a musician in the world, there is not an athlete in the world, there's not an actor, actress, anybody who has been successful who has not put in work, who has not prepared themselves for roles. There are some people who have shared that before they even, take on a role, they become that person. They become that person. They learn the ins and the outs of that character. They literally become that character for as long as that movie or show is going on, right? Because it takes preparation. There is people who have had to gain lots of weight for roles, lose lots of weight for roles, and we think to ourselves, oh my God, how do they do that? There are people who have had to learn martial arts, right? For roles, singing, take singing lessons for roles. This is preparation. Preparation. And it's unfortunate that sometimes I'm going to say we, because I'm going to put myself in it, we think that because they make it look easy, that it's easy. We think that it don't take all of that. Well, it takes that and more. I've heard that before. It's a pet peeve of mine to say it don't take all of that. It takes that and much more. Whatever you love, you're going to put that work into it. Whatever your passion is, you're going to put that work into it. And your passion is what always connected to your what purpose. It's what we teach here on this podcast. So you're going to put your work in. And when you put your work in, you're going to see the results of your work. And the truth is, most entrepreneurs, most people who work for themselves work harder than they ever would or could for somebody else. People who, don't necessarily work the 9-to-5 jobs, they would tell you how consumed they would become in starting off their business because they eat, sleep, dream, think this. This is their baby. They make proper preparations for this. This is important. So they put in all the work that is needed and necessary for their business to be successful. It's imperative. It goes hand in hand. So today, I want you to think about this. I want you to be successful. I want you to, reach the level that you're supposed to reach. As I want to reach the level that I need to reach. All of us, okay? I want this, but I want you to be aware. And I want you to understand the simple fact is that you have to prepare yourself. You have to be prepared. Lay down that foundation. Lay down that foundation. Do the work to become the better you. If you don't put, any effort into yourself, if you don't think that you're worth investing in, that's the word I want to say. If you don't think that you're worth investing in, who will? Who will? If you don't think that your purpose, your dreams, and your goals is not worth investing in, how will you ever get anyone else to support? How would you ever get anyone else to invest? You have to understand that it's worth it. You have to understand that it is worth you giving your time and preparing and putting forth effort and being persistent about your own dreams, your own goals, and your own purpose. You have to believe it first. A great salesman first has to believe in his product. It's just the truth. A very good, very successful salesman has to believe in his own product. If he don't believe in his own product, he won't be successful. he won't be a successful salesperson. You know, how many salespeople have you come across that just start dogging the product that they're trying to sell? Well, you're not interested. I'm not going to say thank you for your honesty. I'm going to say thank you for your honesty and I'm leaving. I'm not going to say thank you for your honesty, but yet I'll still take it. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to say thank you for your honesty and I'm not investing. I'm not putting any money into something that you don't even believe in, that you wouldn't even buy, that you wouldn't even invest in. I'm not going to do it. Okay? It's not going to happen. So, as I leave you on today with my little rant, I want you to think about, your purpose and your dreams and your goals. And I want you to think about what preparation you have in place to see it come to pass, to see it come to life. All of us want to see it come to life. Whatever our baby is, whatever, our goals are, we want to see it give birth. We want to see it come alive, right? That's the whole point. The end result of a woman who goes into that labor room after making all that preparation, the end result is she wants to see a healthy, happy baby. That's what she wants to see because she is taking care of herself. She's making all the right preparations. She's eating healthy. She's, taking her vitamins. She's going to her visits and her checkups, and she's not consuming things into her body that will negatively affect her baby. So the end result is that she expects a healthy, happy baby. So what are you doing to expect and receive this healthy, happy baby? That's what I want to leave with you today. Listen, it has been my honor and pleasure as always to come and share tips and tools with you that I know will assist you in becoming a better you. Please consider sharing this podcast with someone else that you know need to hear this message on today. I know you have somebody in mind. Don't be selfish. Share it. Share it on your social media. Let somebody know, look, this is a good word today, and I know you're going to get something out of it. Please remember to even consider supporting this podcast. We'd love to have your assistance and your help. Listen, today is a great day because we are alive and in the land of the living, as the older people would say. God bless you guys. I love you, but most importantly, God loves you more. Have a great day, guys. Bye-bye.